Tenemos que cocinar en Villocaso con puro producto local.
The most extreme, beautiful villa that you would ever walk into.
El mejor ceviche que se han comido en sus vidas.
Y por último vamos a preparar un arroz con camarones delicioso. Hoy es un gran día porque estamos no solo cocinando, sino que estamos compartiendo en la cocina. Estamos en Villocaso, Playa Flamingo, y hoy estoy con este pedazo de ser humano, mae, que es uno de los chefs más talentosos que he tenido el placer de conocer. Chef Ryan, thank you for being here.
It is my honor to be here, to be in Villocaso, to be with RLT Cuisine is even more after last night's dinner. I knew I was going into something special, but last night's dinner made it tenfold and made me that much more excited that I am on vacation and I'd rather be working than be vacationing.
Maes, yo llevaba semanas diciéndole a Chef Ryan, Chef, tenemos que cocinar en Villocaso con puro producto local. Y empezamos a pelotear ideas. Le habíamos mandado una lista de ingredientes que podíamos conseguir, desde ostras de Costa Pájaros, langostas de una comunidad local, plátanos cuadrados, pesca fresca, incluso fuimos a recoger huevos. Chef Ryan y yo creamos un menú para sorprender a su familia más tarde y estamos súper emocionados por poder compartir un poquito de lo que hacemos con todos ustedes.
Villocaso is the most extreme, beautiful villa that you would ever walk into. Butler service, maid service, chefs on demand, right? And 9 bedrooms, so you can fit multiple people in here. A pool overlooking the ocean.
Playa Flamingo.
Playa Flamingo. And Villocaso can set you up with everything. We did ATVs, horseback riding, fishing, a half-day catamaran. Everything's very affordable, and the kids absolutely went wild about every single adventure we went on.
And talking about the kids and your family, we have VIP guests tonight, so we better start cooking for them.
Absolutely, let's do it, chef. All right, so we're gonna start working on my first course, which is a cauliflower goat cheese panna cotta. It is a savory panna cotta, and we're gonna serve a little shaved zucchini with it, and then we're also gonna make a pineapple agrodolce. All local ingredients, which makes me the most excited about this. To make this dish, we're gonna start off by cutting and cooking the cauliflower in milk. We're gonna get really nice, creamy, pureed cauliflower. And then from there, we're gonna puree it with a little bit of goat cheese and gelatin, and then set it in these really beautiful molds. So let's just get all this cauliflower cut up. Okay, so we made our cauliflower goat cheese mixture. We hit it with some gelatin so that it'll set. Now I put in these beautiful molds. We're gonna put these in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, and then we'll just pop them out and set them right on the plates, and they'll defrost and be like this really creamy, beautiful little panna cotta. So let's get them in the fridge. So we're gonna work on our next course. I'm gonna make a squid ink cavatelli. My wife's yelling at my daughter. I'm gonna make a squid ink cavatelli with lobster. Now here's the most interesting part. I've actually never worked with spiny lobster before. Chef, would you say that I can cook this the same way I would cook at home with the American lobster or Canadian lobster? What we would do is we would cook it for about 6 minutes to release its meat, and then I would really pull the meat out and then serve it the way I'd want. Like tonight, it'll be like in small medallions.
We can actually do it. Or we can cook it the Costa Rican way, which is, I think, way
Separate?
easier.
Okay.
What we do is we basically separate the tail from the head. The head, we usually use it in a broth.
Well, I'm gonna make a sauce.
Perfecto. Esto va a ser increíble para tu salsa. Y con la cola, we can just cut them in half and sear it. Butter, garlic, you know. It will be tasty. So, eso es lo que yo te recomendaría. However,
I want to do the Costa Rican way.
let's do it
We are
Costa
in
Rican
Costa
way,
Rica. We're gonna do it the Costa Rican way.
then. Let's do it.
All right,
That'll be
great,
fun.
great. We do use gloves, but we don't need to. I mean, this is the
I mean,
fish.
if you want, we brought, just in case.
If you want for the camera. I don't care. Okay, we're gonna do the Costa Rican way. So we're gonna separate the body just like this, right?
Correcto.
And we do the same at home. So this is gonna work just like that, and we'll keep separating. Oh, here we go. All right. Whoop. Thank you very much, chef. Okay, so little twist, separate. And we're gonna use all these heads for the sauce. So we have a really nice, vibrant lobster sauce that'll get tossed with the cavatelli, just like that. I wanted to say to you that what I've noticed being here for the week is that you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't eat fish every day, because the fish here is just so spectacular. From the oysters to the shrimp to even striped bass that was dry aged for 7 days, and now the lobster. I just feel that, you know, this is a seafood town.
Chef, the ocean is just right here.
Exactly.
Y la verdad es un privilegio para nosotros poder cocinar con tanto producto local. You know, I always say that at the Road Less Traveled, we are basically the bridge that connects the local product with people from all over the world who travel to Costa Rica willing to experience Costa Rican food. Y eso es parte de lo que hacemos.
And I feel like we share, you know, I know it's crazy to say this because I live and work and run businesses in New Jersey, but you know, there's so many outlets in New Jersey that you can go to and see farms, you know, so many different styles of produce that is being grown on property. And the worst part is that no one really realizes that these farmers work so hard, right, to get us the best product. So I think, you know, supporting them is the most important thing, which I see you doing.
Exactly.
Like what? Like
Just shout out for the farmers of New Jersey.
We want to get the lobster cooking.
Yes.
So let's get that going, and then we'll get a nice ice bath to shock them. All right, so we have the lobster bodies roasting in the oven, and while they're roasting, we're gonna get the vegetables roasting in the pan right here. So a little oil, and we have leeks, carrots, garlic, and celery, and we're gonna get nice caramelization on that. And then once we get that caramelization, we're gonna deglaze it with some white wine. And then we're gonna add some tomato to it, the lobster bodies, water, and I actually have a really nice jar of crab stock, crab paste. That's gonna really also enhance it really well. So let's get that going.
Mientras Chef Ryan está cocinando las langostas, yo voy a empezar a cortar este pescado del día de hoy. Esta es una corvina. Vamos a preparar un ceviche delicioso. Es uno de nuestros clásicos del menú de Road Less Traveled. Y les prometo que si siguen esta receta paso a paso, van a aprender a preparar el mejor ceviche que se han comido en sus vidas. Es muy fácil. Realmente lo que hacemos primero es cortar un poquito por acá. Hacemos una incisión por aquí. Hacemos otra incisión por acá.
You're like a master at it.
Actually, Josué is way better than me. Everybody's better. But I think that's the secret, you know, man. You
Yeah.
need to hire people
Hired.
way better than you.
That has been something I've been saying for a long time. As good or better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where did you learn how to become a really good leader for your team?
Worked for 20 years. Making mistakes, you know. I would have to say it was John George because, you know, just I spent the most time at John George and he was there all the time. But then just becoming a leader was making a lot of mistakes and realizing that I can catch more bees with honey, you know. It took me a long time because growing up in the business at a very young age, becoming a chef at a very young age, I came from a world where you could scare people into doing what you want.
Exactly.
But as I got older, I realized that's not the right way. And now I have chefs at every location and sous chefs, and you know, they are, it's like we just said, you could try to hire as good or as better than you,
Yeah.
and that'll keep your restaurant rocking and rolling, and your kitchen.
What do you think about the ceviche? Yeah, about the fish.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's, I like the aging process, gives it firmness.
This crazy firmness.
I mean, obviously, we like the idea of adding, you know, acid and oil and all that. I like a lot of fat. I like a lot of olive oil on my crudos. But from the aging process, like just slice it and eat it practically. You know?
See, the beautiful thing is that if you already have a very solid product,
Yeah.
you don't need to add
Yeah.
anything on top. It'll taste good anyway.
Exactly. By the end of the day, I'm going to be saying exactamente.
Yeah, exactamente.
Okay. Cauliflower is ready.
Algo que le estaba mostrando a Chef Ryan es que cada vez que nosotros fileteamos un pescado entero, con ayuda de una cuchara, le quitamos toda la carnita que queda entre los huesos. Para mí, esta textura es la más increíble. Y esto está tan delicioso. Increíble.
So amazing.
Increíble.
The
Sí.
firmness, the delicateness. I have to say, the highlight of my meal last night was the collar.
Sí, Chef Jocelyn makes a great job en los cuellos de los pescados. Un productazo. Miren, este es el...
Guanciale.
Exacto. Wow. Y esto obviamente se va a tirar luego a una sopa con la que vamos a cocinar el arroz con camarones. O sea, ¡guau! Una cosa de locos.
Yes, chef.
Vean estas bellísimas piezas de pescado. yo voy a empezar a cortarlos. Cortar pescado para hacer cuadritos y vamos a terminar haciendo un cevichazo, pero desde locos. Lo más bonito de hacer ceviche es que uno puede realmente pensar en la vida mientras corta los cuadritos de pescado. ¿Verdad que sí, Glenn? Uno puede pensar así como, no sé, como varas suaves. Como varas suaves de la vida, uno puede empezar a pensar. Y eso es lo lindo de la cocina, que al final del día uno la agarra desde lo que a uno le cuadra. Uno puede simplemente usarlo como un escape, una oportunidad para crecer personalmente. Ya terminamos de cortar todo el pescado en cuadritos y ahora hacer el ceviche es facilísimo. El único secreto que les voy a contar es que para hacer el ceviche hay que hacer una salsa verde primero y esta la hacemos licuando apio, culantro, cebolla, pimientos verdes hasta tener esta textura increíble. Ahora bien, vamos a hacer el ceviche. Lo primero es ponerle un poquito de limón, pero solo un poquito, igual para este lado. Estamos haciendo 2 ceviches porque tenemos un montón de invitados el día de hoy. Esta es la salsa verde que les estaba diciendo anteriormente. Estos legumbres. It needs,
Because of the puree.
it requires a little bit of water.
Yeah.
One of the greens that we got in the farm, like estas cosas.
Beautiful. They say that there are people who have a enzyme or something in their mouth that makes cilantro taste like soap.
Yeah, I'm
I
so
love-
sorry about them.
Pickled mustard seeds?
Pickled mustard seeds on top. And
So beautiful.
y a little bit of these magical
Magical onions?
onions. Fried onions, with some paprika, just to add some flavor. Those have some peanuts.
Really?
Taste. And
I love peanuts.
no sé si lo pueden oler desde allá, pero tiene una fragancia impresionante esta vara. So Ryan, this is pretty much it. This is the fish, the celery, the onions, the garlic, the green salsa, the limes, the aguacates, the smoked salt.
I actually surprised. I didn't get, as I mentioned, I was seeing a lot of ceviches sitting in a plethora of soupy liquid, and yours is not like that at all. It's very refined, and it's exactly the way I envision what ceviche should look like. Your actual extra touches, which comes from all your farm ingredients, is incredible. I love the fact that you put purple basil in there.
Yeah.
Being an Italian chef, purple basil is near and dear to my heart. So now we're ready to make our cavatelli. Our cavatelli, we made the squid ink dough, and now we're gonna take this dough and we're going to make long strips like this, and we wanna just squeeze it nice and tight. And then we make long strips, make sure that it's all put together. So, I mean, if you see this here, there's this aroma coming up from these lobster bodies. We just made a beautiful velvety lobster sauce from this. This is going to get passed. We're gonna get rid of the bodies. We're gonna keep the sauce, and that's where I'm gonna toss in the cavatelli, the really nice medallions of lobster, cherry tomatoes, some chilies, and then we're gonna top it with some garlic panko breadcrumbs. I can't wait for you to check it out. So now we have our pineapple that we're gonna make an agrodolce with. This is gonna go with the first course with the zucchini and the goat cheese panna cotta. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this local pineapple. We're gonna add some butter to this pan, a little bit of oil. We're gonna get the butter almost brown, and then we're gonna dump the pineapple in, saute it a little bit. We're gonna hit it with some balsamic vinegar and some brown sugar, and we're gonna get that glazy and that agrodolce flavor, sweet and sour. So let's get it going.
Vamos a filtrar esta vara. Como no se desperdicia nada, agarramos los huesos del pescado y los cocinamos en esta olla con apio, cebolla, un poco de cosas deliciosas. Y ahora nos queda filtrarlo para poder usar este colágeno en el arroz que vamos a cocinar a continuación. Yo necesito que ustedes vean la vista que nosotros tenemos desde esta casa, porque es impresionante.
Okay guys, we're finishing our first plate of the night. This is the goat cheese and cauliflower panna cotta with shaved zucchini, pineapple agrodolce. I added some hydrated basil seeds, and we're gonna garnish with some of the herbs that came from Chef Gilberto's farm. All the way around.
Por último vamos a preparar un arroz con camarones delicioso y tenemos todo por acá. Tenemos los camarones, el arroz, unas salsitas, fondo y pues obviamente el sartén donde vamos a cocinar esta delicia. Estamos sellando un poquito el arroz. Y ahora sí, una vez que este arroz está un poquito mezclado con todo el sabor así del sartén, ¿no has visto el video del chef que dice? Ahora sí vamos a mezclar este sofrito y revolvemos gentilmente con el resto del arroz para que se incorpore. Esta vara huele delicioso, ¿no? Es que bárbaro. I wanted to eat your Of course. So guys, here in Costa Rica, and even more in the coast, we pretty much eat ceviche every single day. But the ceviche that we make is a little different because in every dish that we prepare, we love to use the ingredients that are here in Guanacaste. Right? So for the sauce, we pretty much took a different plants that grow here from leek and green onions and celery and scallion and cilantro. We blend everything with a little bit of ginger and mandarin lime to make the sauce. And then we add to the sauce the ceviche that we hang in a dry ager that we have in the kitchen.
There's only a few hand-select chefs that take the time to dry age fish because there's a specific way that you have to cut the skin off so that the moisture doesn't get into the fish. Because if the moisture gets in, it goes bad. It needs to dry age properly. So there is a skill set to cutting the skin off, and then once you hang it, then it does its own job in the dry ager. But it definitely boosts the flavor and then firms the fish up. Because sometimes, a fish could be a little too soft to eat, and it gives it that nice bounce, that texture that you want. And it's a Japanese technique.
Stir a little bit, all the flavors together, and then it's gonna be your mission in this side of the table to stir the ceviche a little bit to incorporate decoration. I mean, yeah, it looks beautiful, but decoration is there because of a reason. So let's mix all the decoration, and then every single one of you, you need to add a spoon or two or 7 spoons if you want to the shells. Lo único que nos queda es ponerle un poquito de tapa a esos arroces y vamos a esperar unos 5 o 6 minutos para que todo ese sabor se absorba, se nivele y ahí sí emplatamos y servimos. Acaba de salir el primer plato de chef, la panacota de cabra salió demasiado chiva. Luego salimos con nuestro ceviche, riquísimo. Mandamos unos platos de ostras a la mesa, todo el mundo está muy contento. Y ahora viene este plato, chef, right?
Yes, please. Can I have my cavatelli?
Perfecto.
Gracias. Okay, we are on our pasta course. It is squid and cavatelli with local spiny lobster, cherry tomatoes, jalapenos, some rocket arugula, and then we made a beautiful silky velvety lobster broth out of the bodies of the lobster. So we're going to plate this, and then we're gonna finish it with some really beautiful toasted panko breadcrumbs that have been toasted in garlic oil, roasted garlic oil, and chili infused butter. Let's fucking go. Our next course, squid and cavatelli with spiny lobster. We have some rocket arugula, jalapenos, lobster broth, and then topped with garlic chili panko breadcrumbs. Enjoy.
Estamos tirando el último plato, el plato principal. Hicimos un arroz con camarones del Golfo de Nicoya. Demasiado especial este plato. Vamos a hacer de que todos conecten con el producto del Golfo y que prueben lo que viene siendo nuestro plato favorito. Y el más me dicho, bueno, estamos de ¡qué madre, man! una de las hierbas que crecemos en nuestra huerta. Y,
Ya.
chef, ¿ya está?
Now I gotta put subtitles on my Instagram.
Es eso, this is it.
Beautiful.
Vamos, vamos. Con esto terminamos. Vamos afuera a ver cómo la están parando.